Good morning, friends. So today my topic is that my lecture topic that I am going to speak on topic that is why US is a superpower. Okay, so we have to understand the reason behind that. Okay, so we have to understand their background. Okay, understand the background. Right after the World War II, when Japan was shut down by the US, the European power like the EU, today's EU, like the Euro was shut down. Like means these were countries they were fighting against each other. Okay, the Euro was also low. The euro was also low at that time, so the only countries remaining that time was the US because USA had the military, USA has the technology, US has the money at that time, like the gold. So they use gold, and they also created some type of international organization like the World Bank, like the WTO, like the WHO. These type of international organization that means that countries means that country also have to believe that, because at that time the unipolar world, that the USA was the only country at that time that they had the everything. Okay, so the countries have had no choice to accept that. Okay, so this was the reason behind the USA grows. Okay, so now we have to understand why today's the USA superpower. We know that China is rising, the India is also rising. India is rising, China is rising, EU, the other markets like the European Union is also rising. But why is US is a superpower? So main reason behind. So we have divided this topic into the two parts, like the soft power used by the USA and the hard power used by the USA. Okay, so what are the hard powers? Okay, so we have to understand their geography. Okay, if we see the geography of the US and if we compare the geography of the US with the India and the China, like China, we know that China occupied, means China occupied their territories. We can say that they're Chinese. Their means neighboring countries are Japan, their Taiwan, then India. Means they are surrounding by their neighboring countries. On the other hand, if we see the India is also surrounded with the Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, China. These are also neighboring countries. But on the other hand, if we see the USA has no regional dispute, like they share no common land boundary or the border boundary with any country. Like if we see the USA location, USA lies in the South America, and the east side of the USA is the Atlantic Ocean, and the west side is the Pacific Ocean, and the upper side is the Canada, and the northern side is the Mexico. So we know that the US is a prosperity country, means it's a calm and composed in nature. At means if we talk about their location. Okay, this is all about their location. If we're talking about their hot power, no means we know that their economy, like they have they have the 20 like 30 to 35 trillion dollars economy. So we understand behind the reason of their economy, like and the economy they put their different types of, we can say that the economy they have divided into economy into the main subset into sectors like the military, technology, naval power, space sectors. Is their technology and their economy is very vast. Okay, and that's why we show that they have the money. If we compare this another to the China and the India and the EU, this is very low as compared to the USA. This is the first reason, that is economy, and second reason is their dollar. We also heard the term petrodollar is used by the USA to use these Middle East countries to purchase the oil, and also supported by the US. So that's why the USA started the petrodollars to, means we can say that to influence and to believe that, and to believe their own countries, that they provide support to these countries if they use the petrodollars. Okay, so that's why the rise of dollar is that's why the rise of dollar was very influential at that time. And now we see that US has put sanctions on the Russia of their oil, their natural gas, and they also put sanctions on the another country that they are not according to. That means they also put the sanction on these countries, that these countries are not going to run according to the US. That's why US has the power. So we talked about their geography, we talked about their economy, we talked about their dollar. Now we're talking about their military. Like USA has the largest military, not the largest military, but they have the largest military technology in the world. Like we know that they have the largest air force, like F-35 Chinook means Black Hawk. And if we're talking about the navy, then they have the Abraham Lincoln, the aircraft, another many destroyers, many submarines. They have the nuclear technology. Okay, so these show what these things show. These things show that US has a military capability means they have the largest military capability in the world as term as their technology. Okay, no number another point is that the USA military alliance, like we know that in the USA has the largest military alliance as the another. If we compare this another country, like if we see the Chinese alliance, like these are only 4 to 5 countries, like the Iran, yes, the US and other countries. And if we're talking about the India is also very playing a role in the diplomatic relation with other countries. But if we're talking about the US alliance, US has alliance in the Middle East, like the Israel, many Middle East countries, they have the alliance in the NATO. They have also the NATO. Okay, they have also the alliance in the Japan, there Australia, New Zealand in the Indo-Pacific region. So what this shows that they show that USA has the largest military capability and they have the land to protect any country in the war. Okay, this is a second thing. And another thing that we I would like to say that that is their technology. Like we know that all the social media app like the Instagram, Facebook, like the WhatsApp, Meta, OpenAI, like the Amazon, there we can say that Microsoft, Google, Apple. So these are the technology that the country is still using in the world without they know that we are using the USA product, but they are still not you but they still not replace it with their own. So we saw that the USA has a technology, and on the other hand, I would say that the USA has a financial markets, like the many investors from the globally to invest in the USA markets, like to borrow the to purchase the US securities. Why? Because they know that USA has the largest capital reserve. Okay, and they know that they have the largest market in the world. So that's why the investors always wanted to invest in the US market, their financial market. Okay, their nuclear weapon is in the very wide range as compared to the Russia. So these are the hard powers of the USA. If we talk about the soft power, how they influence their control and how they influence their personality traits over the different countries over the world. So first of all, they provide such type of environment, like they attract the people from the different countries. Like first of all, we know that they has the Hollywood. Okay, Hollywood music, like they have English, most prevalent language in the world. Most people speaks English in the world. Okay, they have their lifestyle culture, like most people from the different corners of the world always wanted to speak English, always live always wanted to live always wanted to copy their lifestyles. They have the music. Okay, they have the universities that attract the foreigners students to their home country, to the USA. Okay, and also another thing that I would like that okay, first thing, we talked about the Hollywood USA has the music industry. Okay, they have the lifestyle. Always people wanted to copy. They have the social media like Instagram, WhatsApp. These are the things that USA controlling. And another thing that I would like, I remember. Another thing that I would like to say that there is a we can say that I forget. Okay, so these are the things that USA shows that they are capable, okay, to handling, and they are capable to handle most of the countries in the world. So now we have understand what is the role of the India in that thing. Okay, India does not rely on completely on the US. India just only fulfill its strategic autonomy, its fulfill its interest. Like we know that we are good friends with the USA, but not as much as close to the USA that we are close to the Israel and the Russia. Okay, we know that we just only fulfilled we just only fulfilled our national interest. Okay, national fulfillment, national interest. So our things like we cooperated and we cooperated with the US in the Indo-Pacific region to counter the China, because China is a, we understand the thing that China is a big game for us. Okay, big threat for us as well as India as well as the US, because China is challenging the US in the economic wise and the military wise. On the other hand, China is playing a very key role in the Indian Ocean. So we have to counter the China. So that's why in the Indo-Pacific we have the Quad grouping, and that we do Malabar assets in that region to counter the China. And the thing that about the trade and investments we do with the US. Another thing that I would like to say that our defense equipment like the Chinook, like the M4 carbine, like the C-17 Globemaster, like C-130J. So these are the aircraft carriers, like the machine defense equipment we brought from the US for our fulfillment. Okay, for our neediness, because we need that products, we need that equipment. That's why USA has also the technology like artificial intelligence, cyber security. We have also collaborated with them in their artificial and cyber technology. So these are all in the end. Just I would like to say that India just fulfill its needs. India does not like to lean towards the US, but India is just fulfilling their needs. Like we have our own strategic autonomy. Whatever we want. We don't just like we are best friend. Our fulfill our needs is fulfilled. That's it. Thank you.